What up, YouTube? This is Chef, New Zealand Murder History Podcast. Check it out. There's nothing quite as cheerful as lighting a fire at night time. Alright, people, now listen up, because I'm only going to say this once. You don't trust anyone who works for Child, Youth and Family, ever. And don't stir a hot drink with a knife. You don't park in the handicapped zone if you're not handicapped. And you don't light 3 cigarettes off one match. And never trust the left-handed. Don't ever watch a silent movie on mute. And you don't go hunting on the black moon, because you can't see the ground and you'll probably trip over. Try to keep a low profile, and don't trust anyone on Tinder, or anyone else for that matter. Cut negative people off immediately. Even if they're your own family, cut them. Do one nice thing for someone every day, or more if you can. And do most things, if not all things, but at least most things you do, to a high standard. Don't associate with gang members or righteous hippies. Treat other people like you would like to be treated. And don't spend all your time on YouTube. And if people are trying to bully you, you tell them to go fuck. And don't talk to strangers. Never cut your hair or your fingernails at night time. And women, please, don't go swimming on your monthly cycle. You'll get eaten by a shark or piranhas or something, you know. Don't ever save for a rainy day, or you'll get your rainy day. It's better to say something like, I'm saving for an emergency fund or future bills, something like that, you know. And don't salute someone if you're not in the army, or at least a ship's captain or something like that, you know. Alright, well, let's discuss my show. Well, I started New Zealand Murder History Podcast because I was and am still trying to figure out who killed Lynn Howie and Mark DeSalis. I knew Lynn Howie, although not very well. I was on a course with her, but she was cool anyway. And when her and Mark got shot in Libya, well, I was like, WTF. So I wrote a show about the 2014 double murder. I actually need to get this translated into Arabic because it's likely that people who do know who done this major crime, they probably only speak Arabic. Now, I just want the people who done this to get found guilty in a court of law and to get jailed in whatever capacity that they do that in Libya. I'm not really sure. I don't necessarily want them to be jailed for the rest of their lives, but I want them to pay for what they did because Lynn Howie was cool. I didn't know Mark DeSalis, but I'm sure he was cool. I mean, he was Lynn's partner. But yeah, like if I don't know him, I can't say he was cool, but you know, I assume he was pretty cool. Yeah, originally the show was going to be Rainy Days Podcast, but then there was already a Rainy Days Podcast, so then it was Red Rum Podcast, but then I changed it to New Zealand Murder History Podcast. Yeah, I do all the research and filming of my show on a $200 smartphone. It's a Samsung A10, if you guys are wondering. I'm not sponsored by Samsung, but yeah. And I script all my podcasts so I can film it in one take and without leaving out any key facts by mistake, you know. I actually quite like the way they come out in one take. I think it's good. But anyway, now let's talk about some true crime podcast shows. If you subscribe to my channel, this is a pretty obscure channel. Not forever though, I'm going to be big one day, but you know, at the moment, humble beginnings. Anyway, if you subscribe to this obscure channel, you probably watch plenty of the big ones too. There's plenty of good ones, but there's a few that I never miss, like Briefcase, Georgia Marie, Bella Furry, and Eleanor Neale. Those are all very good. I mean, there's other good ones too. You got Caitlin Rose, Unfortunate Ends, Obsolete Oddity. I mean, his one's super dark, but it is very good. Yeah, Savannah Bremer. Again, all good channels. Each with their own strong points. So yeah, Briefcase. Definitely check that one out. That one's really funny. It's like he's like an English dude, and he does really old cases, quite short. But it's just really good. Yeah, he's a really good storyteller. It's quite funny. And he sort of does a lot of cases that not a lot of people are covering, so it's always quite good, I guess. Yeah, definitely worth a watch. Georgia Marie's show is really good. Georgia Marie History series especially is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, she does really good intelligent discussions on unsolved cases and what she thinks may be the case, or what the likelihood of scenario A could possibly be, that kind of thing. She's very methodical and just kind of just sticks to the facts. There's no sort of it's just a good show anyway. Georgia Marie show, check that one out. Yeah, same with Bella Furry. Her show's actually really good. Yeah, she's one of the bigger channels. She's got like 2.5 million subs, but I like her show. It's really good. She does really good. Yeah, it's well done. It's just it's clever, and she sort of throws her whole personality into it and gets really into it. And yeah, it's a really good show. She does solved and unsolved ones. I actually really like Eleanor Neale's show. It was really good. I mean, I know it's aimed at teenage girls, or that's what Eleanor Neale says anyway, but I actually really enjoy it. I think it's brilliant. It's really funny. She only does solved cases, or typically does solved cases, I guess. Yeah, that's another good one. I just got something on the stove. I'm just going to turn that off while I remember. Oh, it was off. Alright, well now we're going to talk about some of the New Zealand ones. Yeah, True Crime with Jenny Eastwood. That's really good. So is truecrime.nz. So that one's not on YouTube, it's on their own website. I think it's truecrime.co.nz. No, it's truecrimenz.com. Oh, anyway, just type in truecrimenz into Google. I'm sure it'll come up. Yeah, that one's worth watching. Choice one, everybody.